Hey everyone, how's it going? Azren the language nerd here. Hope you're doing very, very well. It is super duper hot in my city, extremely hot. Like this whole week has been ridiculously crazy warm temperatures. As a matter of fact, this Friday, I believe, so tomorrow from when I'm recording this, it's supposed to be the hottest day we've had at this point in the year in like 35 years or something crazy like that. But weirdly, I like this hot temperature. I'm enjoying it. It's nice. I really, really like it, even though it is pretty crazy hot outside. But anyway, I wanted to share a realization that I had, a little bit of an epiphany that I had probably about 2 hours ago, and I've been desperately waiting to kind of have a few minutes to get this out on camera and put it on YouTube. And it has to do with the following question. It has to do with, how do you know if you are following the right approach for you? How do you know that you're taking the right steps when you're learning a language? How do you know what to work on next? How do you know if you've picked the right strategy? How do you know? Because a lot of people struggle with this, right? A lot of people will go like, oh man, I'm working on this language and I don't know if I'm going about this the right way. Or maybe some people think things like, I'm working on this language and I don't want to look back and be like, crap, I really wasted my time. Like a lot of people go through school, right? And they learn language in school as a child. And yet, even though they went through 7 years of education in whatever language, English, French, Spanish, whatever, 8 years, they can barely order a coffee. And then you think back and go, wow, I really wasted my time. Or like, I don't know what happened there. Like the school didn't teach me well or whatever. There's a lot of different thoughts that we have, right? And I wanted to share the epiphany that I had because for the longest time, I didn't know how to answer. I was like, I don't know. Like I couldn't really articulate it very well. But today I figured it out. And it's progress. That's the big thing. That's the big thing that came to mind today. It's not about, oh, is this the right strategy? Is this not the right strategy? Is this better? Is that better? Should I do this? Should I do that? Right? That stuff is all up in the air. That stuff is a little bit debatable, actually. And there's a lot of debate on, oh, should you follow this program, that program? Should you take a class, not take a class, use a textbook, not use a textbook? There's so much murkiness around that. And there's so many varied results on so-and-so used a textbook and did really well, but then so-and-so used a textbook and did very similar things and it didn't work. There's so many crazy stories like that. But progress is the big thing. If you look back after a 3-month, 6-month, 12-month, 18-month window, have you actually made progress? Are you able to communicate better today than you could 8 months ago? Or do you know more knowledge? Can you communicate a wider variety of things today than you could 4 months ago? I think that's the big thing. So it's really funny because I think a lot of people get caught on, before they even start studying the language, they ponder it for such a long time about, how should I go about it? Should I do this strategy, that strategy? Should I do it like this? They kind of are stuck in this indecision. And even after many people, they will start to learn, and yet they still feel indecision as they're going. They're like, am I doing this the right way? What should my next step be? I finished my Duolingo tree on the phone. What now? Like there's almost like this level of indecision, and there's almost this question of people always having in their brain of, what now? Well, what do I do now? What do I do now? I'm really struggling with past tense. Is that normal? Oh, it's been a year already. Like, what do I do? Am I doing the right stuff here? Am I not doing the right things? Have I made, like, well, how do I know if I'm on the right path? Well, how do you know? Is if you've made progress, you're on the right path. It's pretty simple. If you're making progress, keep doing what's allowing you to get that progress. Classes, fantastic. Applications, great. Textbook, keep doing it. Anything that's allowing you to make progress, keep doing. Anything that you're doing that is not allowing you to make progress, or that you're like, man, I'm doing this and I'm not making progress, stop doing it. It doesn't make that wrong, by the way. It doesn't mean that classes are bad or classes are not the way to learn because it didn't work for you. That's not at all the case. There's 1,000,001 factors to look at. Teacher was bad, maybe you were not in the right headspace, maybe you skipped a lot of classes, maybe you weren't paying attention, maybe you weren't studying out of the classes and you blamed it on the classes, right? Maybe it's not the application. Like there's 1,000,001 factors, right? But you have to figure out what's working for you and do more of that. What's not working, cut those out or do less of those. That is the big thing. That's kind of how you're gonna make sure you maximize your progress and maximize the speed as to which how you learn a language. That's the big thing. And I had that realization today, or rather I've known it for a long time, but it for some reason, I don't know what it was. Something came to mind today. I don't know exactly something. And it kind of just articulated, it all solidified in my brain. And I was like, aha, that's how you explain this. I understand now. So that's kind of the big thing. The last thing I'll say on this topic is you want to be looking at your progress, not necessarily on a day-by-day basis. I would probably look at your progress on a 2 to 3 month basis. That's probably a good general rule, that 2 to 3 month basis, to figure that out. Because day by day, you might not necessarily see or feel the progress. You're gonna feel the progress probably more in larger periods of time. So make sure you're not judging yourself hour by hour or day by day, because you might feel like after 1 week, oh, that strategy didn't work, it didn't work, I'm not progressing. Well, let's make sure. Maybe it's only been a week and you haven't done it long enough to see the progress. So maybe every 2 months, every 1 month, every 3 months, you can start to kind of reflect back and be like, is this working, is it not? Do I have to change or keep it the same? Kind of that every 1 to 3 months is probably sounds like the right time frame to maybe look back. And even it's even healthy to look back and reflect after longer periods of time. Look back after a 2-year window and see what worked overall in that 2 years, what didn't work overall in that 2 years. And you can even look at it in that sense as well. So anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your guys' attention. You guys rock. Thank you so much for watching all my stuff. We're getting close to 5,000 subscribers, which is like wildly wacky to me and like, whoa, super flattering. So thank you. And we will chat later. Bye for now, guys. See ya.